Hey, welcome back to another podcast with Mr. Flores. Today I'll be talking about the book Flush by Carl Hysen. This book is about a young boy named Noah Underwood who lives with his family in the Florida Keys. His family consists of his mother, father, and younger sister. For the daily life of Noah, he mainly spends fishing, snorkeling, boating, and hanging out with his friends in that warm Florida surf and sun weather that we all wish we could be in right now, I'm sure. So talking about two characters, I'd have to choose his mom and his dad, just because I think they're really easy to compare and contrast. So for his mom, I think she has a very strong mind and she's very polite. She's a careful listener and protective. But as for his dad, I think he's more of the risk taker in the family. He's very adventurous and just wants to really fix those problems in his life that he has right now and has an overall care for nature. And just two things that I think they share in common are they want the best for their kids and in their life. They're very caring and trustworthy. Um, but going back to the cares for nature for his dad, I think that kind of falls and takes us into the conflict of the book, which was individual versus individual, in my opinion. So, for instance, I chose that Noah, being the main character, is trying to find out whether or not Dusty dumped the waste into the ocean. And because of that, his dad is in the jail um, and sunk Dusty's ship because he saw him dump the waste. Um, so I thought that was a major conflict in the book, but I know there are many more, and I'm sure that most of you will find some really good conflicts that I didn't even think of. But as for theme, I think we can really narrow in on as far as how what I thought was the theme of the book, which was standing up for what you believe in. Payne Underwood, I thought, was a perfect example of this because he's a very passionate man and for the most part does stand up for what he believes in. But sometimes that passion and what he believes in, that hard, you know, mindset of just, this is it. This is my world. This is what I believe in. Um, and I don't want anyone stepping on my beliefs. So at times that does get him in trouble, however. But the point is that if a person has principles and beliefs, they're often as important to him or her as his life and other men around them. So just kind of not really allowing them to, you know, insult or create conflict within your own beliefs and just having a set core. Um, but also, Payne was a nature lover all his life and worked in the jobs that involved fishing in the waters that surrounded the Florida Keys. So I think that was, another reason why he felt he had a responsibility to defend the nature, defend the water, and clear the water up for the animals, the marine life that there was in there. So that's kind of all I had. Besides the rating and the recommendation, the rating I'd probably give a 3 or a 4 for the most part. And recommendation, I would definitely recommend this to any other students and as well as anyone who wants that kind of adventurous um, book in their life right now. I thought it was fairly ups and downs and had a lot of colorful information at times. So yeah, guys, that's kind of all I have for you. This is my example of a podcast. Like I said, you can have guests come on and you can talk back and forth, but for the most part, it's just an audio file that you record yourself talking about the information and specifically the elements of the story that we want you to include. And yeah, so Mr. Flores signing off. Have a great day and enjoy the weather, guys. Bye.